Welcome to Navigating Your 20s. I'm your host, Jess Hugo, and I am so excited to have you here. I'm an online personal trainer and nutritionist, but honestly, underneath it all, I am just a girl who is struggling, thriving, and surviving somehow all at once. So if this is you, you are not alone. If you want all the juicy tea on what it's like to be a girl navigating her 20s, I'm talking relationships, health, fitness, social life, work, and everything in between, then you're in the right place.
Hello, my girls. Welcome back to another episode. You are joined by both Lexi and I, but you can barely see her in the camera unless she moves up closer to me. I don't know. Oh, she's sneezing. That means she's on the move. Anyway, honestly, this has been on my mind a lot lately, and I really want to talk about like the shit I wish I knew just a few years ago. I know what you're going to say, Jess, you're literally like so young still, like what are you talking about? But I feel like I have had the most challenging, in terms of like the way, like I haven't had the most challenging, meaning challenging moments. Like I've had the most challenging 20s so far. I've just been, what's a better word than fucking challenged? Like, I don't know. I've just been challenged in so many ways that I feel like I keep growing and growing and growing. And even if I think about where I was this time last year, not even just in business, but just in life and everything, like when I get memories pop up or I look at like data from last year to this year, I'm like, oh girl, that is so embarrassing. Like, it's not embarrassing because the phases are so important. But equally, like I remember like this time last year, when a business mentor was like to me, like, you're so young, like you've got so much learning to do, like, well, and it wasn't like in a bad way, but I was kind of like offended and I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm such a mature, like, you know, girl in her 20s. Like, I'm so like with it. Like, what are you talking about? But then now I like can see it, like, and I can see how much I've grown. And I was reflecting with someone the other day and I was like, even from like the retreat, I feel like so much stuff has like leveled up. And the retreat was probably like 3 months ago now, and in the grand scheme of things, like 3 months isn't that long, but that just actually goes to show how much you can change and achieve and everything in 3 months. And I felt like the retreat just like flipped a switch in me, and I don't know, it was like, why do I want to book another one? Taylor should use this as her freaking promo because I literally want to book another one, but it wouldn't make sense. I was like literally just at the last one, but I'm like, why do I literally already want to go back? But maybe it's like the Sunshine Coast screaming for me. She's screaming. She knows I want to live there. She's like, go on, girl, just come down. I have a Jetstar voucher. Still haven't used her. Maybe I could. Anyway. As I was saying, I feel like, yes, I've only lived a few years, but I'm always elevating, growing, and like business makes you grow in ways you wouldn't even expect. And I was actually getting my lashes done the other day by this girl who used to run her own business, but now she works for someone and all of these things. And we're just chatting and she was like, you don't even realize how much like goes into business. And she was like, I just kind of love being an employee now. And I was like, girl, I feel you. Like, don't get me wrong, I fucking love running my business. It's so much fun. I could never work for anyone full time like ever again. I really couldn't. I think I'm just like made for this. And the confidence that I have grown in this time in such a short period has been like honestly huge. But equally, like, you don't realize how much goes into it. Even if you think right now you're in the position where you're like wanting to start a business or start a side passion project or whatever, you might think you know the go and know what's involved, but I feel like I just keep learning more and more and more every single day. I get challenged in new ways every single day. I think I've been tested enough and then something new tests me and I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I also wouldn't trade it for anything. What fuels me and keeps me going is fucking over that stupid cunt. Sorry. It's my podcast. Why am I saying sorry? You know why? I'll get into it. But anyway, the guy who fired me, fuck him. I don't know why. The cunt was just a really heavy drop. So sorry. I am so sorry. Anyway, I just feel like I'm learning new lessons weekly and it feels really fitting to discuss. So I've actually broken it down into 5 little areas that I want to talk on. I've got some notes, but fitness, confidence, creativity, career, and opportunities. So let's go in. Fitness. First things first, a calorie deficit year round is not the fucking move. In fact, it's doing more harm than good. Go back to a few of my recent episodes if you're new here. I have been talking on maintenance a lot. I don't see any other coaches talking on it, probably because, you know what, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but the fitness industry is designed to like keep you stuck. I swear to God, like no one ever wants to see you win but me. I want to see fucking everyone win. I literally want to see all my clients win. I was running into all my clients at the shops the other day and I'm like, hey girl, whereas like every other coach is like acting like they're fucking above everyone. And that this I realized is very much like a value of mine, making sure that I'm feeling like I'm on an even playing field with someone. Like when I went to the retreat, I reflected back to Tay. I said, I never did a retreat recap video podcast. What is wrong with me? But you're getting it now. I said, I feel really like calm and like valued in this conversation. Like I felt like I could come in and mention anything and you didn't make me feel like you were better than me because you earn X amount of money or because you run this, like because you're the facilitator or the runner of the retreat. I was like, you did not ever make me feel less than because you're an authority figure or whatever. I was like, I feel very much on the same level as you, and I felt like I could just come in and have a chat without feeling belittled or getting that air that you're better than me. So for me, I'm like going against the grain of other coaches. I feel like other coaches just want everyone to always be in a weight loss phase and always like come in, just do the weight loss and fuck off. But I actually like genuinely care about the human. And it was really, really cool to see another human run their business like that. I think a lot of people also tend to forget that I'm also a human. Like there is a human behind this business and you're speaking to me or you're fucking with my livelihood if you're like messing me around, you know what I mean? And I was like, it's so cool to just be on the same level with someone else. But sorry, what I was saying is like a calorie deficit year round is not the move. In fact, it's doing you more harm than good. You see all these 8-week challenges to lose weight that coaches are launching every couple of months. It's this idea of weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. And don't get me wrong, I am a weight loss coach, but equally I make moves with my girls to ensure that they understand their maintenance. You come in my world, you're doing your maintenance before you even get into your deficit. I don't give a fuck if your goal is weight loss or not. We're doing maintenance. That is like literally the rules inside Toned and Trendy. That's first and foremost, because you're not leaving without knowing your fucking maintenance, so we do it straight off the bat. And I can't make educated decisions without knowing how your body responds. So that's first and foremost. Second of all, you're not leaving without doing a reverse diet or understanding how to get back to your maintenance phase or even having that goal in place and structure to be able to go into a maintenance phase. You cannot live in a calorie deficit year round. It's not going to work. And if you're thinking, well, Jess, that's like what I've been doing, probably because you've been yo-yoing in and out, gaining the weight, losing the weight, gaining the weight. And like our bodies are not designed for that. I feel like inside this world of fitness, everyone only talks about cutting or building. No one ever talks about the maintenance phase. So if you're sick of hearing me I'm glitching. If you're sick of hearing me talk about it, is that not a thing? Why is no one else talking about it? I'm almost like flip switching my brain right now. I'm like, why is no one talking about it? Because you're just going to continue to plateau in that deficit, gain the weight back, and continue. Have you ever actually started a deficit phase really soon after you were just in one, and then like that number's not working anymore, the weight's not moving, and you're thinking, fuck, I better start cutting my calories even more than ever before? Yeah, I bet you have. I've been there, girl. It's fine. No shame. But that's what everyone wants you to be stuck in. So that's a lesson that I've learned. It took me a few years before I lost the 20 kilos. It took me a while. Like I'd lost the 20 kilos and then I kept trying to lose more, but I was already so small and I had no muscle and I kept thinking, I need to go in a deficit, which was like not the move. It really was not. So that's first. Let's go into confidence. As I said before, like I have grown so much confidence in just starting my business and working with so many girls, and like it is like crazy. I just feel like I'm so confident now unintentionally. Like I went to an event recently and I just like walked in first and I was like, oh hi, my name's like, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even think about it, where I saw other people like kind of standing back. They must have like, I guess it's an overthinker thing as well, but they must have thought ahead and thought I'm gonna hang back. And it happened to me at the retreat as well. I just started walking ahead and I was the first one in. I'd never met Tay before. We'd barely even spoken. That's because I was so rogue when I bought it. I like just bought into it and I was like, never met you, don't even talk to you and don't even work with you. But I just walked in first and everyone else was holding back and really like hesitant because I didn't know like what the vibes was like, which I didn't either. When I walked closer to her, I was like, am I hugging this girl? I don't even know. But I just realized that I have such confidence now, and it's like, it's because I just put myself out there. And if you don't, like, you're not going to grow. If you come in and you're like messaging and you're like, oh, I want to come, I want to sign up, I don't know, this, that, like, you need to just send it. That's what I did with the retreat. I literally, Taze posted, I have one spot left. It was 10 days before the retreat. I literally swiped up her story. I said, hey, like, which spot is this? Because like she has different accommodation options and whatever. And then she was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I said, cool, can you send me the link? Was I fucking shit scared? Yes. Did I do it anyway? Yes. Did it then get fucking cancelled? Yes. But like the thought was there. I was like ready to fucking send it. Like it was scary as fuck. But if I didn't put myself in that room, I knew I wouldn't grow. And then lo and behold, I literally just talked about, and that wasn't even an intention, but I literally just talked about how much I have grown since the retreat. So I knew that was going to be a growing point for me, and I knew that I got so much out of that. But even like recently, my mum called me overconfident, and I was like, what's the fucking problem with that? Why am I wrong for being overconfident? Like, I'm just so sure of myself, my knowledge, my skills. I just back myself completely. You can ask me any question about fitness, health, anything, and I'm just like telling you everything, right? Because I'm just like, I know what I'm talking about. I feel so confident in it. I'm not practicing beyond my scope. I'm not offering or guaranteeing results that I can't get. Like, I know what I can do. So I feel so confident with it. Even myself and my body, I've lost fucking 20 kilos. I look fucking toned, and I'm just like so confident that I'm like, I literally like have nothing to lose here. I just feel so good that I don't even overthink it. Like, I just feel so good that I'm not thinking about how my stomach looks, and I'm not checking the side of the mirror to see how bloated I look. Like, I don't even get bloated anymore because I just like have worked so heavily on myself and my confidence. And it's like, this is just like the shit I wish I knew earlier, that you can actually get into this place of being really confident. I feel like I never knew that you could. I felt like I always was going to feel insecure, and I was always going to feel less than, and I was like never going to feel good enough, right? And then I was kind of like, whoa, like this actually is a thing. I didn't even realize how confident I was until my mom was saying like, you're so overconfident. And then I was like, girl, what's wrong with that? But like, I wish I knew a couple years ago that I was capable of achieving that. And it's like, it's really just opened up and grown tremendously this year, saying yes to going to retreats with strangers, solo tripping on that, going to events, hosting a community walk. I'm hosting another one soon. Check out my broadcast if you haven't, because I have dates up. I don't even know right now what date I'm going to do yet, so just go and check because it most likely hasn't happened yet. Just doing more, saying yes, doing things. Like, I literally remember when I hosted the first community walk, I was like, no one's going to come. 5 girls came, and then I met up with another girl on the Sunshine Coast because she was like, I wish I could come. And I said, girl, guess what? Like, oh, well, no. She said, I wish I could come, but I live in the Sunshine Coast. And I said, I am flying to the Sunshine Coast literally next week. Let's hang out. And we fucking hung out. Like, is that not so rogue and crazy? Like, I don't know. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, do you do this? Like, do you ever do this? Just meet up with random girls? Like, isn't it so rogue? But like, we just yapped for like 2 hours, and it didn't feel awkward, and it didn't feel uncomfortable. And we don't really talk, but I follow her on Instagram. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it was just like, what a cool moment. Like, it just sticks out in my brain. And like, that is so cool. And I wish I knew a couple years ago that this kind of like, I don't even have a platform, but when I say platform, I'm saying social media can like just like help you meet up with random girls who have similar interests and are like really like-minded. And she was a cool chick. I liked her. So like, I wish I knew a couple years ago that just putting yourself out there really just attracts what you want back. Like, I was there attracting more. I was there for the retreat. I wanted more. I wanted to upskill and level up. And then I met these cool girls. And even at the retreat, like, I didn't go in with any expectations, which is weird. I feel like the old me would have been like spiraling about what potentially could have been said or what potentially could have happened. And I've noticed that this year as well, a lot of the time I'm not even like nervous for things anymore. And I'm like, why am I not nervous right now? Like, that is weird because I'm so used to being so nervous and stuff. But I just like felt no pressure in the retreat, no expectations, nothing. And I loved all the girls like equally. I'd never met any of them. I didn't even really social media stalk them. We got a group chat like a couple days before. I did not even stalk them. I literally was just like, I'm going in. And I don't even, like, I'm blind. So I messaged a couple of them, like, trying to get a lift beforehand. But, like, I literally, like, I didn't even look at their profiles. I didn't know anything. And it was so cool. Everyone was so different. So, I liked everyone for, like, different reasons, if you know what I mean. Like, no one was too similar or no one even, you know what I mean? No one pissed me the fuck off. Like, there was, like, nothing. You know when you sometimes, like, meet those type of people and you're like, oh, my God. No one was like that. Like, it was such good vibes. And it was just because I was there just so open. I didn't come in with expectations. I didn't come in with anything. And as I said, I just walked away with so much. I don't think there was like one thing negative to say about that experience. Apart from the food, because I'm a fucking fussy eater, but that's on me. But anyway, I wish I knew that like all you have to do is walk into a room, say yes, sign up, click a link, whatever the thing may be, and your whole world can fucking change. Moving on. Creativity. Okay. I've always been so creative. This is true. We know this. But I wish I knew there was more for me after being shut down. Obviously, I was always told my ideas were shit. I never felt good enough. like in reality, I now know my ideas weren't fucking shit. Those motherfuckers were. Sorry, distraction. I thought I could hear someone downstairs, but no one's here. I was always told my ideas were shit, like this wasn't gonna happen for me, all of this shit, which is literally not the case. Literally not true. Like, look at me now. And that is my power in my business. If you see something on my page and you think it's really cool and creative, like, just know that's come from my brain. Just know I'm never copying anyone. Like, I know there's a lot of copying out there in every single industry, and you'll see like trends as a thing. Like, it's not copying really, it's trends. Like, trends are very big in this current day and age, right? But literally, I just come up with things in my brain, and I'm like, I literally came up with that. Like, how cool is that after being told that you were never good enough, your ideas were shit and blah, blah, blah. And I know that now because, you know, I already told you guys, if you listen to like one of the first few episodes, if you're an OG, I already told you guys that I got told my ideas were shit and then they would implement them. So I knew deep down they weren't shit, but it still doesn't feel good to be told that your ideas are shit. But now I literally have the creative freedom to do what I want. It's my business, and it's something others might find cringe, but I actually enjoy making and enjoy doing. And at the end of the day, like if I'm happy, that's all that matters. And I do want to do like a whole separate episode on this, but like having your values and really sticking to what you want as your values every single day is so freaking important. And one of my values is being happy in my business. And that is literally all that matters. Being happy in my business, being happy in my day-to-day, being happy in my life. And I wish I knew that I could achieve that through just having some creative freedom and just being able to just do what my brain is wired to do. So that kind of extends into career because, as I said above, like happiness is really important to me, and kind of like the vibe and my vibe attracts the most aligned girls. I find that if girls aren't aligned with me, they just know they're not. You're going to listen to this podcast, and if you're someone that hates swearing, you're like, oh, fuck that girl. Like, fuck that girl. I don't even like her, right? But then I feel like my vibe is like really out there. Everyone can really tell that I'm so authentically me. I'm the same person on the podcast that I am in person, all of the things, or through coaching online and all of the things. So I just feel like I get the most aligned girls coming in, and like, yeah, I kind of have control over who I want in my world in the terms like I say no. And I recently did say no to a couple of girls. Like I was like, no, like that's not going to be the right fit. But it's like the girls that surrender and are so ready to learn and say yes and take responsibility for their actions and leave the bullshit behind and just like fully lean in. Like that is hot as fuck. Like, is that not hot as fuck? Just like surrendering and being like, yeah, I'm coming in, I'm doing it, like I'm ready to move. Like, that is hot as fuck. I don't know about you, but that's hot as fuck, right? And this kind of goes into opportunities. So I haven't told anyone this. It's like low-key bit of a secret. Only like my closest friends know. And you may have noticed or maybe assumed or maybe just like had a little inkling based on my social media, but I've been getting some brand invitations and like opportunities arise and getting invites to events and things like that, which is absolutely fucking crazy. I remember my first ever event and my hands were literally shaking because I couldn't fathom that I had been invited and added on to the fucking VIP list. Now I went to one like last weekend and I felt pretty good. Like I didn't feel nervous and stuff, and I just felt like it was such a vibe. But is that not crazy? Like, how are we here? How are we here? I'm sure people have bullied me for my socials before, and I am by no means an influencer. I'm just a business owner, and I never expected this kind of opportunity to be like presented to me, but it's just a true reminder that you can do anything you want. There's no like limitations, there's no restrictions. It doesn't even matter. Like, I'm a personal trainer and a nutritionist. I don't directly work in like influencing or social media as a whole, but I'm getting invited to these things. And it's like, this is your sign to kind of just post the content, make connections, surround yourself with aligned people, and don't put too much pressure on yourself because you never know where you'll be. Did Jess a couple of years ago know that she was going to get invited to these events? No. And again, I was like the smallest in the room, which is why I'm like, I need to do a dedicated episode on this. Tell me if you want that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put in a non-link below. Just write in some questions in there about anything, and I'm going to answer them on the next episode, or like do a whole episode on them, because I know you nosy bitches love it. So I'll make it anonymous, but it's like, I think I need to do a whole episode on it because it is crazy. I was like the smallest fish in that pond, but I felt so confident, so cool. Like, I was like, I couldn't even care less about these people. I'm here for me. I met a really cool girl. We stuck together. I was like, again, your vibe attracts your aligned people. I saw her like straight away and we just clicked and we stuck together the whole time and I loved it. It was such a like fun vibe and she was such a vibe, and I literally posted a photo of her and then one of my friends messaged me and was like, was she like running the event? And I was like, no. Just because like I was like a small fish, like I literally have a couple thousand followers, but it just goes to show like what you put out attracts. Like that brand wanted me there for a fucking reason. It doesn't matter that I only have a few thousand followers. They wanted me there for a reason. They felt I was aligned. They loved my vibe, my authenticity, and that is why I was there. So this is shit I wish I knew only a few years ago, with a little hint of like push. Just send it. Just go and send it. This is your sign to just go and do the thing. Don't hold yourself back anymore. I would actually love to, as I said, I want to see everyone win. I would love to see you win. So take this as your sign to do something scary, whether it's post the content, whether it's pitch an idea at work, whether it's to be really creative in your uni assignment, if you're in a degree that lets you do that. Just go and do something that makes you happy, because like, what is the point of this life if we're unhappy? I've been living some situations really unhappy and I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm literally not doing it anymore. If you're making me feel some type of way, you're literally gone. Like, oh, I love you, girlies. Make sure you rate the podcast 5 stars. Leave us follow me. Follow me. We're trying to grow this account. Follow me. And leave me a little bit of a question, or if you go ahead, you can put multiple, I'm pretty sure, in the link in the description. They're all anonymous. I'll do whole episodes on them, or maybe if it's like a bunch of questions, I'll do like another Q&A video, because I never did a part 2. And don't forget, sorry, I'm saying a lot. Don't forget to go on the broadcast and vote for the community walk if you live anywhere in Sydney, really. You can come, so that you can come to my free community walk and just hang out with the vibes. Anyway, that is all from me. I will catch you all in the next one. Mwah. That's a wrap on another episode of Navigating Your 20s. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time to listen. If you enjoyed the conversation, vibes, and got something out of today, please feel free to send me a DM with any key takeaways and feedback, or share on your socials and tag me so we can connect. If you liked today's episode and you're wanting more from me, you can find me on all socials at success.withjess.